Hi Aquarius, welcome to your November 2021 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here. So just full disclosure, I started laying out the cards and they were all reversed. So I looked and I was like, yeah, they're all just upside down. So I just scooped them up. I just put out like about 4 of them or something like that. And I'm doing it over again because it's one thing, you know, I've been doing some readings before yours, and sometimes there are reversed cards, and I read reversed cards, but I don't want to have them all that way because it seems that then it's too, see, there's a reverse card, and I'm going to keep it. It has nothing to do with that, so I'm willing to, and sometimes reversed cards are actually in, you know, more positive than the upright, so it's not like saying, oh my god, but too many like that, it doesn't seem like it was done right, you know. Oops. Okay, so let me just gather these so I can have them to one side, and we will begin. And if you're interested in the astrology for November, I have a video, I have a playlist for November, and you can check that out on my channel for your sign. So the heart of the matter is the Queen of Pentacles. Isn't that neat? I love the color of her headdress and just the whole, I think that's so cute with the antlers out of twigs and stuff. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is a card of you know, it's not a coincidence that they have her kind of an earthy environment, because this can be very much like about tuning into the elements, the you know, gardening and tuning into Mother Nature and things like that. Pentacles is earth, and this is the queen, so the queen nurtures. That's what the gardener does, is nurturing. So this can be for Aquarius, on the home front, maybe working from home. Pentacles is money, you know, making money from home and being able to, like, maybe bake your own bread and still, you know, work from home. So you get to have the best of both worlds or something like that, or take care of your children from home. And if that doesn't apply to you, maybe you're retired, this can simply mean really enjoying nature in some way, shape, or form, and enjoying the money that, or your creature comforts of life. We have in the past position the 9 of Wands, so I'll show you what it looks like from the upright position. And this is a card of, you know, you can see this in the Rider-Waite deck. Pamela Coleman Smith, who was the person who was the artist for that standard bearer of the tarot, has like kind of a sentry at the gates, if you will. And this is just a regular woman standing there at the gate, but the gate represents boundaries. And so in the reverse position, that sometimes can mean letting your boundary, letting a wall down. I could see that in a positive sense. For instance, you know, tying it to the Queen of Pentacles, and this is just one possibility as an Aquarian. If you're a woman, you may, like, sometime in November, just feel this sense of like, you know what, I really do want children. And I thought I would never have children because, you know, Aquarius is a sign that is, I would associate more with unconventional living. It's not really, and of course that's not going to be true across the board. I mean, some Aquarians are very traditional, and I don't know how many people know that Aquarius is co-ruled not only by Saturn, but by Uranus. And so there's that I mean, I said not only by Saturn, not only by Uranus, but by Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn. And so there can be a very conservative influence, with certain Aquarians to begin with. But for a lot of Aquarian women, there can be that, I don't know, it can be difficult to make that decision to have children based on feeling that it's going to just take away all of your freedom. Maybe you feel it's almost like a step backwards, like, I'm going to have to be this little woman, barefoot and pregnant, in the kitchen and stuff like that. And the Queen of Pentacles, I might even have that as the title, Barefoot and Pregnant in the Kitchen, because that could be exactly where you want to be. And, I was thinking about it astrologically, and it's, Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus is your 4th house of home and family, and it's Uranus, that's your ruler. So it's almost like, well, first of all, I could think of somebody who totally wasn't planning on having kids and suddenly decides, like, it's a very a big U-turn, in your life to do something like that. It just, strikes out of nowhere. But for some people, it can simply be doing it your own way, doing it, being unconventional about it. You don't have to be June Cleaver with, a strand of pearls around your neck. And if you're under 40, you probably have no idea who I'm talking about. Or even under 50, maybe. I don't know. Oh, my God. Okay. The higher message is the 8 of Swords in reverse, and I'll just show you what it looks like. This is actually this was an example of a card that's reversed. It's actually a more positive card. It's about freeing yourself from the oppression of your thoughts, and that can be kind of those old tapes. I actually did a video for you recently where I was talking about the old tapes. So it's kind of, and I think I had that card in the upright position. So the old tapes can be, other people's conditioning about what you're supposed to be. And you realize, what, I can do the same thing, but I don't have to do it the same way. And, this, I want to say something else about the Queen of Pentacles, by the way, because some of you might be saying, well, I have had people say, well, I'm not in that age range where I'm having children. Maybe you've had children, or maybe you've never had children and have never wanted to. But another example of this is for somebody who's like at a later cycle of life, is that you may not want to be the hands-on grandparent. You may be somebody who wants to travel a lot, if you're retired or something like that, and you feel that pressure to be there for your grandchildren, and there's like a resentment, a feeling of, I'm doing something that you're not supposed to do. I'm not being this perfect grandparent who's always available. And I think with the 9 of Wands reversed, it's like, it's kind of like you have to watch letting down your letting go of your boundaries. If you set boundaries, they don't have to be very rigid, but by the same token, they can't be something that is porous boundaries. So being able to be very clear on why you do or don't want to do something, and then stick to your guns, and be able to do so without guilt. And it is very hard, because it's like you may be of two minds and that kind of thing. What crosses you is the Page of Swords. And so in terms of, in the upright position, the Page of Swords, and now you see they show like somebody studying, because sometimes it can be, research, or maybe the student, I don't know, something like that. But It can also be someone who is like in the upright position, it can be like somebody who's spying or trying to ferret out information. In the reverse position, it can be overthinking things or being a little bit too paranoid about other people's motives and things like that. So whatever it is that you're doing, if you feel like you're going against the grain, it's important not to read into other people's reactions or what they might say or what they might do, not to jump to conclusions. And also it can be if there is something that you're like, if you're doing a home-based business or something like that, to definitely research and to know what you're getting yourself into, because it might be that you're not seeing everything that you need to see as it relates to this particular issue. Because I notice here, yeah, I mean, what's coming in is the Ace of Pentacles. So that can be a new income stream, a new job. And this can even be like something to do. I was even thinking like if you work for somebody else and you're being given the command that you have to go back into the office, and you are someone who has, maybe you never thought in a million years you would prefer being at home, but you do. It's like, what do you do? And it might feel like you feel like that's not fair, that there's no reason for them to force you or to do that. And so maybe that is about doing your research. So you're not coming off half-cocked, that you really have a strong argument to make if they're trying to get you to do something that you don't want to do. And maybe there's even like some kind of a reneging on an offer. Maybe you were promised that you could continue doing what you're doing, and then they kind of flip the script, and you have to see what rights you have or something along those lines. And the outcome is the Hierophant, and this is a card of tradition. You can see kind of like that. I always look at that as the corporate ladder or something like that. Because this can be, organizations and things. I think of this as like corporate environments, for instance. And so there can be this conflict between being attached to the home and then going out into this place to earn your keep. There can be this, and with the Queen of Pentacles, I mean, just like I said, I really love that depiction. It just has such a peaceful vibe to it. With the Hierophant, though, too, there's the spiritual component. It is a card of God, and so anything that you decide, whether it's about raising children, raising grandchildren, wanting to be away from that office environment, be more connected to nature, and you feel like that's the only way you can do it is by being at home. Whatever it is, if you connect it to a spiritual source, that's where you gain the wisdom of your decision, as opposed to looking at it from the lens of the world. This is a much better way to look at things. It's a bigger picture too, because there may be some things that are making you like tempted to take something new on, but you don't know if it's worth it. When I say worth it, not financially, but in terms of what it can cost you, your peace of mind or something, or if your family, maybe you're homeschooling or something like that, and you feel that it's going to be disruption. So anyway, that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Thanks. Bye.